was right at. Oh, yes, sir. Go in. And welcome to Season 2, Episode 10 of the Back Nine Mully Podcast. I'm your host, Alt. Here today with Dutter.
Shaka, baby!
Joaquin.
What it do?
And it's been a long time, Nacho. Guys, fresh off 27 holes this morning. That was fun.
That was very fun.
Yeah,
Good
I
day,
got home.
Good day.
Played 27 holes at Mountain View this morning. It's crazy how close that course is, and I've never played all 27 holes. I didn't even really remember the course. But I had a good time today. That was fun.
Yeah. How long did it take to get there from y'all's house?
Between 20 and 25 minutes.
Okay, so it's about 25 to 30 for me, so it's pretty close.
Yeah, and it was, man, I had a good time. Good time. Yeah. Pace of play was fantastic. Course condition was good enough. And had a good time. Got home, took me a nap. How about that?
Oh,
passed out. Listen, are we sick?
I don't know. I got a sweater on.
Because I got a little bit of a sore throat. My energy level is. I don't know if it's the workouts we're doing or if we're just sick right now. I feel not great.
Tired.
My energy is just kind of crappy.
I'm good, not great.
But it was fun today. We got a video coming out from that. We had the last 9. We did a 2v3 scramble. So y'all have to see how that turns out. It was me and Dustin versus Nacho, Joaquin, and Mandrew.
Beat down.
It was fun. Well, spoiler, come on. Ain't even edited. But yeah, fell asleep. My contacts, my eyes are just sticking to the back of them. I don't know. I thought about putting my glasses on, but I said not to. So, what else we been up to, guys?
I mean, it's just been dying and working out. It is really hot in Alabama. Y'all seen a dead body on Monday after that workout. That was rough. There's something up.
They've been bad.
No,
the workouts have been bad, but something's up with us too. I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
still
it's just
sitting on the dam from yesterday's run.
Hey, look, I saw Richard on that last super loud. He was doing the mall walker run. I said, I quit. He said, I told him I stopped twice on that last run. I was walking. He's like, I never walked. I said, well, that was barely a run if that's what that was across that dam. That wasn't. I don't know if I classify that as a run. I guess you kept your arms up.
I was the turtle. I just stayed at it.
Yeah.
Yesterday we got done with the moves inside, and I was beating Dusty at the time, and I ran out of there, and I was like, just get to the road, because we can get on the road, we can keep moving. And I stopped at that mailbox, and Dusty seen a dead body. He was like, "You not feeling good, Dad?" I was like, "No, I'm hurting, Linda.
I'm hurting, Linda.
Linda."
As soon as Dustin gets done with the workout, he's gone, ain't he? He's in his.
That fool won't even sit around and talk.
So
or nothing.
I come around on my last super lap, and Dustin was already done because he modified, and
you got to modify because y'all making these stupid. I'm making them to what they should be, and y'all are like, use this. He used to. Nah, if you made them like this, it'd be fine. You taking it too far.
Richard said he passed. What'd you say to him, Rich, when you passed him that last 600?
I was creeping. I was just like, and he was just walking. I said, boy, you better hurry up and get in that clubhouse or in the back. I said, because if your brother beats you running 3 super laps, I said, you're never going to hear the end of it. He said, I don't care. And then he started jogging.
Hey, Dustin's got he's got the little mall walker run down pat. Yeah.
I can feel perfect. What's the Olympic sport where they walk but not run?
Yes.
Oh, I got that all day, dude.
I
He
wanna
throws that
be
one
more like
booty out.
Dustin, though. I want to be more like Dustin during them workouts because when it's getting to him, he just whatever. I'm just gonna creep.
I'm thinking
And
about my
me-
family. I'm thinking
and
about them.
me-
I'm thinking
and-
about.
Dustin tried to go home.
Well, every day I walk in and Lindsay's like, "Rough one today, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm dying." And she's like, "Yeah, I can see it, like in your face." I was like, "Yeah, it's not." And and every time I go straight to the shower and I just look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, "What have you done?"
Hey, I just been working late.
What?
That's
is
right.
the- Yeah.
Well,
Rich
the thing
told me
about
it.
you'll text us so confident, be like, "I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there."
First
And
one, huh?
No, I played basketball yesterday. That got the count. I can't do both of them. Can't
No,
do
really?
both.
don't commit.
Rich was he said who you think's gonna work out today, and we was like Dusty's gonna work out and Nacho is because we were gonna work out earlier, and Rich was like, well, if Nacho guy, I ain't waiting on him because he
Yeah,
gonna
I
bail
ain't
out. You bailed
And sure
out.
enough, bailed.
Bailed out.
Hey, you missed some soul enders these past.
It
about 3
sounds
weeks.
like it. I'm not mad that I didn't show up.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean-
I
They've been-
wish that I would just stop sometimes and just be like Dut, just hang out at the mailbox.
Well, Rich said it that the other day. So it was a run, 3 rounds of moves, a run, 3 rounds of moves, a run. We get off first run, feel pretty good. We get through that first round of moves, and we had the same thought in our head, Rich. This is a survival situation. This is just let's get done. Let's just make it through it.
I'm done, and we just took off for the second run. I said,
There ain't no speed. There ain't no beating nobody. You can't get an attitude with it. It's just,
I was hoping I'd trip down that big hill just to roll down it.
man. And I knew Rico was going to work out with us today, and I didn't want him to see me like this. I didn't want him to see me like this.
I'd have sucked it up just to dust them, but I didn't want to though.
So, but yeah, it was fun today. Workout's been bad. Hot. It's been freaking hot, right? We are in it. It was
Today was the
100
best
degrees.
day.
Yes, today was fine. This weekend, 100 degrees. The actual temperature was like 99, felt like 105, which I've never understood. If it feels like 105, it's 105.
105, yeah.
Yeah. I hate that feels like.
Yeah.
What is that?
Why
But-
Whatever it feels like, that's what I want it to be.
Yeah. So last week we come in and, Thursday's our game night. That's like my favorite night of the week. Pumped, right? Pumped, ready to go. And come in, AC's went out. Okay. AC has went out. What's up, Mad Dog?
2020.
AC's out, and it's hot in the house. Like hot. Jake's coming over for game night.
That we've had this year too was from Thursday to Sunday.
Yes. And so we've been kind of flipping up game night, but because Jake lives close now, so two weeks in a row we'll go over to his house, and then when Mo's not working, and then when she is working on Thursdays, he comes over here, and a fantastic host. And then I'm bringing him over after 2 weeks of fantastic hosting to a house without air conditioning, and I was like, no. But we thought, okay. My unit was super old. It was like 1996. How about that?
Yeah.
96. That's a good run. That's like somebody dying at 95, and you don't even feel bad. You're like, that was solid. They did good.
They did good.
It was like
Yeah.
that
Made
guy
it.
it was like that old fighter pilot that died in the plane crash at 93.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, 93, you went out in a plane. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's
go.
And was it on purpose? I don't know.
But my unit, since we bought the house 5 years ago, it has been leaking Freon. So about once a year we had to put Freon in it, but it's the old. Apparently, these old units take a certain kind of Freon that they don't make anymore because of some kind of environmental regulations, and it's super expensive. So Papa had some, and he ran out. He finally ran out, and anyway, I called somebody, got them come charge it that night. So I was hopeful. I was like, okay, let's get some Freon in it, and game night will be fine. Froze up. It's got a bad leak somewhere. So they're in here gaming. I'm under the house, and it's the guy's like, man, I put 2 pounds of refrigerant in there, and it's trying to freeze up again. He said, let's go into the house, see if we can find a leak. Get under there, and you just hear just bubbling. It's just the sound. It was the sound of money. I could hear it. Just
$200 quick, boy.
I know, and I was like, ah. And so went ahead and had the AC replaced. It is fantastic now. I got a fancy digital thermostat. I should show y'all that old one. That old Mercury thermostat. It was ancient, and but excited about this game night. We got cool air. I'm gonna cook a good meal for everybody. Yes,
we
it was.
We were having to get sweaty in our games too. We even played good. Maybe it was we were
maybe.
hot.
I might turn the air off. You know what?
I can't do that.
I turned again.
If y'all aren't performing tomorrow, I'm turning the air off. Okay. The worse y'all play, the higher the temperature goes. Okay. Every time we get a win, I'll hit down on the dial.
Rich, you going to game night?
Nah, man. Raj, you'll be there though.
Rich sends us. Rich is not a gamer. He is not a gamer, but he sends us the best little videos of, I guess, what he thinks our game night is.
He gets Carson to video him, and that kills me because I know he's bad.
I can see him planning.
Hold on. First though, it ain't Rich. It's Raju.
But they're so fun. So Nacho's come over to a couple game nights. They're fun, ain't they, Nacho?
They're fun. I mean, I like hanging out with everybody. Y'all don't talk to me, but it's fun.
We're sitting here with Adderall snorting 20-year-olds that are just wrecking us. We're trying to survive.
Yeah.
So let's back up about 2 minutes. So Rich don't come to game night. Rich been to game night one time.
Have you? Oh, Mo don't put you to work.
So I come to game night about 2018. 18.
Yeah.
2018, come to game night. RQ stroking. Yeah, RQ stroking. So come to game. I didn't see the first game. Mo put me to work. When I got done with my work, everybody was shutting down. I said, damn, didn't even see me.
He was replacing a phone screen, and
he
was
had
more
to get
difficult.
it done. He took it upon himself. I'm going to get this done.
He said, "I guess we in it now."
We in it. So hey, I was scared. I'm scared of game night. See, if I'd have come last Thursday, I'd have been under the house.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I remember, Jordan asked me one day. He said, he asked me for some tool. He's like, "Yeah, you got this one." He's like, "I got all this, but this got this fitting on." I was like, "Homie, you." I have nothing. I have literally nothing. I don't even have a hammer. I might can find a screwdriver somewhere. I said, I'm useless. I don't know. I'm good at other things, not good. And so it's so funny. At church this week, we had it was Father's Day, and we had like a little competition before service. It was fun. It was like they had 4 dads on one side, 4 on the other.
I know somebody ain't hit no hammer, god dang.
Okay, so they had it was like a railroad tie, Nacho. Is that what that was?
Yeah, railroad tie.
It had a nail in it, but the nail was like 4 or 5 inches long, and it was a relay. And you go and you one hit with a hammer and run back, hand it to the next dad, and just boom, 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 boom. First team to drive it in all the way wins. Okay, but if you bent the nail, you kind of screwed, right? So you couldn't be just out there just swinging at it. And I'm going up there, and I'm in flip flops first, and so I'm not ready to run, but you get a little competitive. You're ready to go, right? So flip flops are off, and my goal, Tommy, he was at the service, but he was up there and he was prepping us for it. He's like, "Listen, we tested this. All you got to do is make contact." He's like, "Don't try to hit too hard. Let's just make contact. Make contact. Don't bend the nail. If you bend the nail, you're done." It's like, okay. So I'm up there. I look like SpongeBob, where it's just like, bah, bah, bah. Hey, I didn't miss though. 4 times in a row, hit. Nacho come out swinging, miss every time. Bah,
wow. Hey, we get back to the season. Jody said, "I ain't gonna lie to you. You can't hit. You can't use a hammer." she said, "But now let me say, Austin hit it every time, but I don't know if it was moving.
It wasn't moving much. It wasn't moving much. That's when I got back to see Jamar was like, I like that technique. I was over. It's a little fairway finder. That's all it
Man, I
was.
wish I was in there.
Well, the
I'd have
other team
smacked
had Shannon Hatch. You ain't gonna beat Shannon at that, right? And I think he said he needed his bifocals because it's kind of dark on the stage and he couldn't really see. And so he missed it the first 2 times, but dadgum, when he hit it, that thing was getting drove. Yeah. So
He said, I missed it my first 2, tried to give y'all a chance.
Yeah. We didn't have a shot, but it was fun. But I don't know. Rich, we just gotta over the next however long we have got to get my handyman game up because my handyman game is terrible. We need a couple projects. Just call me over for a work day. Next time you got a project, just call me. And Dad is so good, and Papa's so good.
Yeah,
and
that's
I just
what
think
it is. You've had that.
they're relying on, or I'm relying on them too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've had that right there, and
Yeah.
they're the type of people that want to do it for you.
Oh, easy.
Oh God, yeah.
Keep it PG, there, Nacho.
I promise this ain't that kind of podcast. I got nerves for a second though.
Hey, the camera.
Look like she's saddling up.
He got that luscious mane of hair. Look at it.
All I seen is that leg getting thrown on top. I thought somebody's going for a ride. I didn't know.
No. She's got to go to work. She's got to go to work. Had to give me a kiss. That's all.
I'm about to close my laptop.
I'll pray
But,
for you, Nacho.
yeah,
Make them views go up quick.
But
Wrong
handyman
category.
projects, Rich, you gotta get me out there with you. We gotta, because I don't want to go out there with Papa and Dad and them be like, you've seen my worst. You'll be like, you'll say the same thing, but you won't tell nobody about it.
Papa, everybody.
Papa and Dad get away and be talking about it to each other. Did you see him? You see how he's hitting with that hammer? That was just pitiful.
You have
Hey,
brought
was
shame
Papa-
to
was
our
Papa-
family.
Was Papa at church Sunday?
Yes, Papa
he
would have done
about
good up
walked-
there.
I bet he about walked out. I bet Papa wished he was up there in his mind. He's like, I wish I was up there. I'd have showed them boys how to drive.
Yeah,
that
I showed him how to do it. Yeah,
He'd have probably hit it every time too, and just smacked the crap out of it.
he probably would have. Other things coming up, Dustin. You got a tournament this weekend. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so me and Corbin are going to unite together. We're going to bring our forces to one, and we're going to play in a best ball tournament at his home course at Indian Hills Country Club in Tuscaloosa. Got
Home
practice
course
round
next,
on.
Maven.
Yep, we got practice round on Friday, and then tournament is Saturday, Sunday. It'll just be play your own ball. You take best score every hole, and we're going to go shoot the best we can. Really looking forward to it. He sent me a lot of pictures this week at the course. It looks fantastic.
It looks really
Gosh,
good.
it looks so good, and I'm ready to get out there. I'm ready to play a tournament, and it's cool. I'm going to team up with Corbin. I think we're going to be a really good team.
Well, last
Couple
round, he played there,
dogs.
last round he played out there. I saw on 18 birdies. It was a 63 with a bogey. So
Yeah,
that's good
That's
for
pretty good.
That's that's-
he sent me 4 pictures of his approach shots, and they were like a foot. And I was like, "Yeah, keep doing that. You will make those, son." So
I'm gonna start sending you pictures of my approach shots.
yeah,
You ever seen anybody hit it over here? Nope.
13 yards right of the green.
Hey,
I
it faded,
did
though,
get
and
it
the
up there.
contact was money. It was so
Yeah.
good. I didn't feel flippy. That was the.
That is Austin's.
I hate it, man.
Why am I feeling flippy? Why am I feeling flippy?
Okay, do y'all understand what I mean by flippy?
It's got to be like your club face is flipping across.
Do
like
you
your
understand the
car's-
feeling? Have you ever felt flippy? So what's happening is my path is getting way out to the right. My body feels that, hey, your path is to the right, and guess what? Your face is also to the right. So I'm going to try to save you with the 2% of athleticism you have, and we're going to save it with our hands just to keep it on the planet.
So
and a lot of-
Scheffler does that all the time.
Yeah, but Scheffler's good. And and there's a lot of times where it looks like a good shot. Because we played today, and the first 18, I felt flippy the whole time. I shot 1 under, and I was riding with Nacho, and he was like, "Man, that was a great shot. That looked great. I mean, he was right at the pin." I was like, "I know, but it was really, really close to being really, really bad."
You gotta be like a goldfish. You just gotta forget that. It was a good shot.
Oh no, you don't forget this feeling. And yeah, you feel. I say you feel it in your hands. I feel it in my hands when I'm over the ball. And Rich, like you battled the Shanks, and you said the same thing. And Nacho battled the Shanks too. You
Quit
feel that
saying it out loud.
Dad, jump on me. I won't go nowhere. You can quit.
I
today on number 9 on the red course with his
Dad,
chip. That was
Dad.
a shank. That thing got this far off the ground, and you hit my
He,
foot.
he acted like it was a practice stroke too. He's like,
Dad,
I was
yeah,
just
he did.
Hey,
Did
listen,
he?
I'm just sleeping. Hey, listen.
slander.
And I know what you're talking about. I feel it when I'm hitting them shots. I can feel it,
Yes,
and
it's
you
a
feel
terrible-
like it's like, why do I feel like this? Why? It seems easy to get away from it, but it's not.
yes, and there's times where I don't feel flippy. I'm what they call a handle dragger, and I'm just I feel like I'm pulling the face through open with my path to the left, and it's a little pull cut. That when I'm doing that, I feel the best. I can go after a shot. I can hit it farther, and that's what I felt the last 9 today, and it was so much better. It was so much better. But yeah, I don't want to be flippy. Don't want to be flippy.
No,
All right. Well, enough for the intro. I want to get into the U.S. Open. That was last week. It's my second favorite term of the year, right behind the Masters. I didn't know much about Pinehurst before this. I watched the 2014, but gosh, that's been 10 years ago now. And the course was. I want to go down the leaderboard too. There's obviously the Rory stuff we want to talk about. I want to talk about Bryson too. I want to start out though with the course. I like to see carnage at the U.S. Open. I want it to be real difficult. I want the score to be near even. It was not. It was 6 under, which I mean there were only 8 people under par.
Yeah.
To me, it was enough carnage. I was happy with the difficulty. How do y'all feel about the difficulty?
The
I
Lord
liked
let
it.
me shoot 81 in a qualifier, so I didn't have to shoot a 101 in front of everybody.
I wish more tournaments were like this past weekend. Like I like that. It 7, 8 under, but it was very difficult. I could watch that all day long.
So I liked it because the 8 people that was under par really had to play really good to be under par. You couldn't go out there and just have okay game. You see what happened.
Yep.
Yeah,
So them guys that was under par were like they played great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the thing I liked about it a lot, like when we watched the PGA Championship and you look at the back 9 and say Bryson was a little ahead of Xander and he birdied this hole, whatever, par, and you're looking at it and you're like, well, Xander's going to do that too because it's playing so easy.
Yeah.
In the U.S. Open, par was amazing everywhere.
You
And
can
it was
trip
like
on a second. Yeah.
anything could happen at any moment. And I like that. And I said it too. I knew it was going to come down to the last hole. It came down to the last freaking shot.
Yeah,
And
did.
that's just because of the quality of course and how hard it was.
Right.
Jacob Hester disagrees.
Don't play the course, you play the players. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. It just this tournament right here, though, if you beat par, you're in pretty good shape. You beat par for 4 rounds, you're tied third. I mean,
You
that's
made a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, they're solid. What I liked about the course, the fairway. So a lot of times in these U.S. Open that are difficult, they narrow up the fairways and they grow up the rough super high. Right now, that's awesome. Firm up the greens. That's great. Yes, like Oakmont, Wingfoot, Bethpage Black, stuff like that. That's cool. But what I liked about this, they had the fairway super firm. It was is that crackhead off in the back? I don't know.
No,
No, he said you're back.
Oh yeah,
on the putters.
we'll talk about the putters. We'll talk about the putter in a minute. What I liked about this course was the fairways were kind of generous, but they were so firm that they would run into the native area. The native area was not just deep rough, where if it was just deep rough, they hit in there, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a wedge out. Okay. And they're going to get in there. They're going to swing hard, hack it out. It's going to go 30 yards. And then they're trying to say bogey, right? Here, because of the wiregrass, they had a chance to have a no problem shot, right? But then they had a chance where they couldn't even advance it a yard or two. And every time somebody hit in there, I was like, let me see the lie. Let me see the lie. Let me see the lie. And that was awesome. I liked it so much more than the deep rough.
I agree.
Yeah, 50-50 shot. I mean, luck at the drop, but I mean, hit it in the fairway.
Yeah.
Your fairway finder people are gonna end up being good. So
yeah.
Really enjoyed the US Open though.
They kept showing these greens. They were like turtle backed and they were super, super firm. And they kept showing the green surface and then the effective green surface, where if you landed, I mean, it was small, and if there were so many times somebody'd hit a good shot, and I was like, okay, let's go, that's money, that's perfect. Stop, gone.
A good example is Rory's second shot on number 10, the par 5. He hit the 5 from 200 yards or whatever it was. I mean, it was 20 foot up on the green.
Yeah.
And it ended up left of the bunker in the waist area with a terrible lie. And that's just like the example of how brutal it was out there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like upset with that. Like, hey, you hit too good of a shot there. But I mean, everybody had to play it. I mean, he should have hit it farther.
Don't go back to that angle, Andrew. Boy, you had that fat Perez face. That thing was looking huge.
Yeah. No face for him.
We lost him.
It's playing the intro. Like over and over and over in my mic, the intro is playing.
Oh, that ain't good.
That's a vibe.
Hey, we ain't gonna talk about that Joe Dirt beard he's got growing.
I told you he's got that line, man.
That's what I'm saying.
There were times I was watching them on the green where it would run off into a bunker, and I was thinking, I would never get off this hole. I would never. I would be from one bunker to the other bunker to the other. Because let me tell you, I hit bunker shots like I swim. Okay, I can swim and I can hit bunker shots, but it ain't great. It's not good. It's like a survival. I can get back to shore. I'm not just gonna drown out there. You know what I mean? I can, but on these greens, that little chunk and run out. A chunk had never stopped running. I'm back in another bunker, and then chunk never stopped running. Back in another bunker.
When we went to Fighting Joe and played, and you hit a good wedge shot and it spun in the bunker, and you didn't see it. And I was up at the green already, and you was like, "Where's it at?" And I said, "It's in the bunker." And you were like, you looked up at heaven and said, "No, it's the end. It's a double."
Because not only can I couldn't putt then either. I want to talk about my putter a little bit. Just rewind. We'll get back to US Open. I know I said I wasn't going to switch putters.
I needed oxygen once in a bunker.
I swear, man. I told Dustin I wasn't going to switch putters, and so I ordered a putter that I'd been wanting. It's an arm lock Odyssey number 10 2-ball with a line on it. She's beautiful. She's great. Any man would be lucky to have her. And right before she come in, I know she's coming, but I gotta play with something. And so I'm just I'm going through looking at the putters I got in my bag, and I grab one and we take it out of the course, and I'm putting great with her. I'm rolling. I even told Dustin, I was like, man, I'm really hitting my line with this putter. And the speed is good. And in the back of my mind, I was like, gosh, I got that other putter coming in this week, though. And I'm going to have to switch. And it made me sick. It did. And she come in and I mean, she didn't do nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong.
Let's just throw that one back up.
God, she didn't do nothing wrong. And it was all me. It was all me. So finally I had 2 35 putt rounds in a row. I shot 73 80. So you go 30 putts. I mean, you're what, 68 75. So that's, and I just couldn't get it out of my mind. I was like, it just ain't gonna work out. It's not gonna work out. and so I talked to Dustin first.
Girl a few more inches too.
I felt bad. I felt bad for lying to him, and I wasn't intentional. It was not intentional. I had all.
Homie, I don't care.
I know. But I said Dustin come in here and work one day, and I knew I had to talk to him about it. And I just sat down and I said, "Come here, buddy. I got to talk to you."
And I'm like, when he says that, it's like something serious. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Is Lou okay?
I was like, man, I had 35 putts back to back. It just I gotta make a change. He was like, I understand. He's like, he was so gracious about it. I really appreciate it.
I had to live through you punching steering wheels with the 35 putts around.
I heard about that all.
When we played, and
I got my heart beating. I'm scared right now. It's flashbacks. I ain't slept right since that day.
Rich came up to me and he's like, I've never seen Austin punch the steering wheel that hard. And he said, you know what, though? We're going to laugh about it later.
No, the bad thing was I bet Richard that I could stay until the end of the year with okay, right here, Jake. I bet Richard that I had to pay for a round at Highland, and Highland's like $80. And I was thinking, gosh, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to pay for an $80 round for Rich just because I can't fricking putt with my new fricking putter. It looks so good. And so that was in the back of my mind too. And then after 35, you're like, I'll spend $80 to get rid of this crap. You know what I mean?
Hey, we were getting ready to go golfing. He said, all right, we're going golfing. He said, hey, I'm using another putter. We'll just handle that later. I'm like, okay. Like we were going golfing. I'm using a different putter today. We'll just have to handle that round later.
Yeah.
Hey.
Take care of.
As it so happened, Rich accidentally had our business card attached to his Amazon account and been ordering all kind of crap for it. And when I was shoring up the books on the end of a week, I was like, "What is this? $40 on it? What? I didn't buy." I'm going through looking at all my stuff. Is this like some subscription we have that I don't know about? And I'm like, where did I mess up? And I'm going through here. And I finally, because I handle all the money stuff with the business, I don't want to mess nothing up. And so we're in the office and I've been looking at it for an hour or two. And I finally, hey, Rich, you got to come over here. I've messed up something. And he's like, okay, come over here. And we're going through my spreadsheets and all the crap. And I was like, I don't know. It's adding up to like $208. I don't know where this is. I don't know what's. And he said, okay, what's this one? And it was like 157. He was like, oh, that's how I ordered that monitor. And I was like, yeah, I got that. Richard's monitor ordered, Okay. And but I said, these are labeled the same thing. And he goes, how much was that one? I said, that it was $35.97. How much is that next one? That was $28.75. He's like, I think my card's still hooked up to my account.
Maybe
so when
got me out of the round. It ended up being about $80. So.
Yeah, it's perfect. So when I buy stuff, I don't like to leave our company card on there, but I don't want us to have a different account because we already pay for Amazon Prime. So so I put it on there and I put not as default. Well, what I think happened is I got a new card. And so when it expired, when your card expires, it goes to expired on your thing. I think that card was on there, so it automatically made it default. Because I was like, this can't be default. I did one time only payment.
Hey, you ain't got to explain it to me. I got out of the free round.
Hey,
so.
all I'm saying is, hey, my hat. My wife gave me one day. She's like, hey, I got you this hat just because. I was like, oh, you're awesome. And then looking through the books, I'm like, oh, Megan got me a hat on the company expenses.
Hey, don't
get us out of
the
we
free
got
round.
it fixed. We got it fixed.
Everything's fine.
I got out of the free round and I'm putting like a demon. So we're ready to go. We're ready to go.
I had
Back
five
to you.
3-putts today. Sorry.
You did.
I had to
Five
get that out
3-putt.
there.
Yeah, I
How
saw.
many,
Get that off my chest.
how many putts you have today, Alt?
I'll have to look. It was in the 20s.
I had 29. I had 29.
I had
Sunday, too.
15 and 5 O's.
I end up having 29 putts.
I had 31. I had 16 greens though. So
And it was hard to win putt out there. But I got lucky several times. I dropped some putts.
Here, I can look real quick. It'll tell me. I had 28 putts. That's great. That's so
That's
good. Let's
real
go.
good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's back where you want to be, right in there.
Yeah. And then you shot one under. There you go.
Yeah. Not hitting great.
Yeah.
Flippy.
That's
Flippy.
good.
All right, back to US Open. Sorry about that. Scott, I am a crackhead. I'm not saying this is the last putter. Maybe I'm just somebody who can't settle down. Maybe that's me. I don't know. You know what? And I'm going to embrace it.
Embrace
y'all have to live y'all's life with one putter forever. Every year I get a new one.
Become the Buffalo.
Yeah. Hey, Nacho, if you want to go meet a new putter, come with me. We'll go hang out one weekend. We'll find you something. All right. Back to US Open. I want to go down the leaderboard, talk about obviously the winner, Bryson. Gosh, I mean, what amazing, right?
You know, as bad as Roy choked, Bryson took it and won.
Yeah. I mean, there was not a time Bryson was over a shot and I was nervous. He was. I mean, it was like he couldn't mess up. He was just going to bomb it. He was going to hit that draw down through there. Even on the back nine, he got to where it wouldn't draw, and it was staying down the right. And if he aims down the right, it stays straight. It would kick him the native, and he kept rolling the dice and getting away with it, which was fine. But gosh, when he had that draw turning over,
how good did he hit out of that native stuff though?
He hit very good.
He hit better out of that all week than anybody.
Yeah, and his chipping was amazing. I mean, he's chipping the 6-iron shaft and a wedge on these tight, freaking grainy lies on these hard greens, and amazing. It was so good. As impressive as his driving was, his chipping and putting were even better.
Yeah.
Well, I think Rory had the longest drives, like the 2 longest drives at the whole week.
Yeah, Rory led the field in driving distance, and it was like a yard separating him and Bryson.
Yeah.
It was. I'm looking at it right here. It was fantastic. They were the 2 best drivers to the golf ball, and they ended up winning 2.
That's good to watch them at each other. How they bomb it.
Yes, and Rory's game is
it's
like Bryson feels, even though he bombs it, it's controlled. He knows what it's gonna happen. I like my Bryson thicker too, Jake. I wanted him to push it to the absolute limit. I wanted him looking like Eddie Lacy out there at 350 pounds. I just wanted to keep going, and he was like, my stomach couldn't handle it.
That's crazy what Scott said. I agree. He flattened the face of his driver before
Bryson did.
Yeah, that's why he was switching driver heads, because he said the face of it, it's rounded. He has that rounded. Yeah. That's why he likes it. Yeah. I guess
bulge
like that. Yeah, and it flattened out by the final round, and that's why he was switching driver heads. He wanted a fresh one,
and that crank driver is made for long drives too. It's made for that crazy speed.
It is going through a pounding out there.
Him after the round, he's machine gunning them just as hard as things like wow, 200 miles. Yeah,
he ain't getting 3 years out of his driver.
No.
Nope.
That carbon face, it couldn't handle him. It couldn't handle him. But Bryson's game, it feels like it's more controlled. Like, he took a precision swing, a single plane, fairway finding swing, and then added speed to it, and I think it's paid off. Rory's. He's more of, to me, he feels more like a bomb and gouge golfer, right? When he's hot, it is unbelievable. But that's not that many, honestly. I bet he burns through them. Good thing he gets some things for free.
Yeah.
Does Rory feel more like bomb and gouge? Like he could go anywhere, right?
So he's a momentum guy. Like when he's hot, he gets on a tear. He got on a little mini tear on Sunday.
Yeah.
To start the round. He gets on them little mini tears, and that's where Roy wins. But But like you said, it doesn't look as clean and precise. It looks a little, he gets a little wild sometimes.
Yeah, if I had to have him par the last hole for my life, I would be more nervous with Rory than Bryson.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's maybe why he hadn't won in 10 years. I don't know.
I was sad though. Just
Yeah.
I,
So,
I,
so
I
y'all
was
were
okay
y'all were
with
cheering
Bryson
for Rory.
winning. So yeah, y'all know me. I'm not the biggest Rory fan, but just naturally watching this week, I wanted him to win. I just felt like something good I wanted that to happen, But
it was his week.
But with saying that, the way Bryson played and took it, I was so happy for him. But boy, I was sad. I was sad for Rory. He's going through some stuff right now.
Those were two very short missed putts.
Yeah.
And Scotty Scheffler's got to be watching that, thinking this guy gave me a putter suggestion. He just missed two little 2-footers. It's gonna be creeping. Does it carry over? Does it affect him? I don't know. I know.
That's something he struggles with, that pull left.
Yes.
And he's working on the backswing. I think it's where his elbow is. You can see it in his backswing, and it always dips in, or like if he dips it in, he's pretty good, but it's staying out. Yeah, and that's where you're coming over the top, and it's no bueno.
No bueno.
You're right.
Jay. Yeah. So, do y'all like the Bryson after the fact, all the course antics and him like interacting with the fans was awesome, I thought.
Yeah.
I
loved it.
Yeah.
He made it fun. Just think about it. Like Tiger made the game fun with his excitement and his just the way he carried himself and how he would get excited on the big moment. There's a little bit of that in there. He gets kind of crunk. It makes you get you pumped up sitting on the couch.
But he interacts more than Tiger did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But Tiger would always hit them major shots, so it got the crowd, and he would get in it, but he was never interacting with the crowd though. Like Bryson does. Bryson goes talk, knuckles to everybody.
Bryson's taking it another step farther.
Yeah.
It's more like Phil.
It's like Phil. It's like Tiger and Phil mixed, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
A good, and he has found a good combination to bring everybody back on his bandwagon.
The Johnson Wagner thing after was so cool. Him going out there and he's hitting that bunker shot, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
But he just showed up. Johnson Wagner's awesome. I love watching him on Live From and him trying to hit all these shots and stuff. And he went back, tried to hit that 50-yard bunker shot, bladed the first one over the green, and then Bryson walks up and he's holding the camera, and then Wagner hits it to foot, and they got all crunk together, and he got crunk with him, and he let him hold the U.S. Open trophy, and it was cool.
That was my favorite when he handed him the trophy. He was like, yeah. And I love what he said. He was like, oh, I touched the trophy. I'm not going to win now. Because apparently that's a bad luck situation. But, yeah. So.
But, yeah, I was cheering for Bryson the whole time. I was happy for him. I felt bad for Rory. Them two short putts are tough. I'm going to go on down the leaderboard. We had Finau and Cantley tied third. Cantley was a machine all week. He's got him and Xander Schauffele are very similar. They are going to just hit a lot of good shots. They're good at everything. They hit it far. They hit it straight. They putt and chip well. They're just steady golfers. They never go too high or too low. Finau looked like crap Sunday, like absolute crap, and shot 67. How did that happen?
Backdoor top 3, baby.
He did. He just slipped in right at the end. I was like, gosh. And he didn't. He did not look good. Like in my mind, he was never a factor in the tournament in my mind. Was he y'all's?
I
know. And on down, then Pavon hit that fade all day long. It was money. He's got a beautiful golf swing. Never gave him anything.
He reminds me of the GOAT. Plays on the senior tour. In ways.
Bernhard.
Yeah, he kind of, when watching him this week, he reminds me of Bernhardt, watching Bernhardt some, just because the way he just plays the ball and stuff,
Yeah.
That's so funny. It's so funny. Back-to-back comments were about his slow play.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it almost doesn't matter how good you are. If you play slow, you kind of suck. You gotta. It's okay to
It's
suck.
hard to. It's hard
If
to
you
pull
suck,
punches,
suck
for real.
fast, baby.
You suck
Yeah.
fast.
That was B9M's first rule. If you look in
Yeah.
the rules, B9M rules, number 1 is if you suck fast.
Yeah.
Rule number 2: use your back nine mully on the back nine.
Yes.
Never gave Pavon anything, but he looked great. I mean, Dad watches a lot of European golf, and he said he's been tearing it up over there. He's a French guy. Hideki right there at 2 under, solo 6th. Hideki's been trending. You know, he had some injury, a couple. He's had a couple injuries, and he's trending in the right direction. I think I could see another major out of Hideki.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Russell Henley, another person with a solid game. I told you he reminds me a lot of Brent Snedeker.
That is Brent Snedeker.
Yeah, it may be the same person. I don't know.
I don't know. They weren't at the tournament at the same time, so
I didn't see them. I'm just asking. Have you ever seen them in the same room together? That's all I'm asking.
It's AI, man.
Yeah. And then Xander Schauffele right there. That's 8 top 10s in a row, Dad, or 9?
that's like 9.
Yeah,
At the
it's a
US
lot.
Open. At the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think it's top 15.
It's a
Oh,
top
don't
15.
go down too low, son.
Show up.
Sorry. I was looking at the leaderboard behind. We had to get on down. Sam Burns, I don't care. Davis Thompson, I don't even know who you are. Corey Connors, let's go Canada. I think that got him into the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Sergio, how about Sergio showing up? 1 over. He played good all week.
He missed it by 1 spot to get invited back next year.
Oh, man.
God.
Yep.
So the next one on the leaderboard, I want to talk about biggest disappointment of the week, and then we're going to do biggest surprise of the week. Okay, biggest disappointment. I'm going to omit Rory out of this because those 2 short putts were that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Other than Rory, who was y'all's biggest disappointment of the week?
Well, of course, the obvious. Everybody's going to say Scotty.
What he even end up?
41st.
41st.
Plus 8 or something.
That's right.
He had 4 birdies all week.
It was his
So, I mean-
first professional tournament with 4 rounds over par.
He was
Yeah.
like second in strokes gained off the tee, approach to the green, and then he was like next to last putting.
That's bad.
It's very bad. Yeah.
It's bad. At least he hit it good. So Scotty for Rich, Dustin.
My biggest letdown was probably Tiger, and I like that was perfect for him. It was hot, it was flat, the course wasn't too long, and he was playing good. And he's just making the dumb mistakes of what happens when you don't play a lot of tournament golf. I mean, that's just you're not fine tuned for that situation, and that's the biggest stage. I mean, and he says he's showing up, and he's like in press conferences, I'm here to win. I can compete with these guys, whatever. And I believe he can, but he has to put in more reps. It can't just be once a month, once every month and a half, and it can't just be the majors. But I seen on Tuesday they voted for next year the elevated events. Tiger will be included in every one of them because of his past record. So he'll have exemption to all those. And why would they vote on that if he's not planning on next year to ramp it up a little bit?
Well, he needs to. That's the only way he's going to contend ever again is more reps.
I mean, he's hitting the ball good. He really is.
My favorite time, Jake's biggest disappointment is that we let him go play golf. The best time is when you get to the course before the round start where you still have hope. You still got hope, buddy. It could be magic today. Dustin Johnson was a letdown too. Yeah. I thought he was going to show up this week. He's won on Live this year. Man, Dustin was talking about that. It's like his form's okay, and then he's just not. It's hard to peak on a certain week, and I still think he's got the game to compete. I don't know what's going on. He said he's working hard. It's just he's not showing up majors this year. He's still. I mean, JT looks like trash.
Garbage.
I don't know if he's good at golf or not.
I don't either. Is he bad? He might be bad. Did he win a major? Are you sure? I need to go back.
Spieth was pretty disappointing too, though.
Spieth is chaos. He is just chaos.
He is literally He is literally holding on to a steering wheel without power steering, and he's going 120 mile an hour down the road.
Yes.
And it's got turns in it.
His commercial is
He's flippy out.
that
He is very
commercial.
flippy.
That commercial describes his playing.
Yeah, with Ben Stiller. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
100%.
mean that's him.
My biggest disappointment of the week, and it's hard to say this because it's his first U.S. Open, was Aberg. Aberg played amazing, and he finished 1 over, right? He had 2 triples. They had a triple on Saturday, a triple on Sunday, and they were from spots he could have parred. He really could have. And right there on 13, Tony Finau putted it into the bunker, and I think he bladed it into the bunker, and then chipped it out of the bunker, just like I would have, back to where he chipped his first one from, made triple, and he had to make like an 8-footer for that first triple. And the second one, he was in the native area left and had an okay lie, and he hit this thing so far over the road left. Oh my gosh!
The shot tracer on that hit a car.
And then he's got to drop back in that native area, which you know it's going to like sit down because it's sand. And what do you do from there? Bad things. You do bad things from there.
Yeah.
And
I think we're going to see a little run with him for real.
he's a
good.
machine. He is an absolute machine.
He needed
Right there.
this, he needed this little cat like these scars to build. Hey, it's his third major.
Yep.
He can take all this in and use it as positive stuff. He was in the lead after 2 rounds, played a bad weekend, and he was still in it. But he is going to be dead.
You take those 2 triples out, he's tied second with Rory. He's right there in it.
Yeah.
So Austin, I was going to ask you because watching him, and me and you talked about him building up to this tournament, and I said, do y'all think he's still young, like too young, where it's going to get to him? So after watching him this weekend, and then watching him or last weekend, and watching him go through the weekend, do you think he let? I felt like some of his shots, I felt like he let the pressure get to him.
He may have.
It looked like it was pressure on him because it was like little mistakes he kept making and to take himself out of it.
Yeah, you might be right. But I was watching his facial expressions and stuff when he made the triple, and he just like shrugs it off. He's like,
well,
sucks.
he's very calm and all that. It looks like he's put together.
And I'm pretty sure he birdied the next toe after both triples. So, yes, you're right, Jake. They're bred in a lab. But I think he's gonna be something. He was my biggest disappointment of the week, biggest shocker of the week, biggest surprise. Who showed up? Who played well that you didn't think? What?
My biggest shocker is Cantlay.
Okay,
because he sucks in majors.
Yeah.
I
was thinking, are we going to have back-to-back Xander and then Cantlay? Because they kind of go together. I feel like they ride to the course. Like if they interview as a team, you know what I mean?
They listen to white noise on the way to the golf course.
Yes.
My biggest shocker was Finau. I mean, I wasn't. If you would have said Finau was going to get a top 10, I was like, nah, probably not.
I'm with Rich on Finau. And not only top 10, top 3.
That's what I'm saying.
And I watched him play Sunday. I'm not for sure he actually shot 67. I need to go back and count those strokes because it didn't look like it. And he had a triple too. He had a triple on Saturday on 13 right there. Where
he got up and down though. He got up and down real well.
Yeah. We saw that
claw grip ever.
Well, his hands are like this. They're so
massive.
Big.
Yeah,
he is way too big to be playing golf.
Yeah.
Look, he needs like this much added to his clubs. He's like, and you know that's how he learned how to play golf. So he's like, he just keeps swinging it.
I've always told Dustin that if everybody played back in the day when everybody played standard clubs, you get unique swings because you learn how to adapt your body to fit the clubs. Okay. Nowadays, you get fitted for clubs and you go through the textbook swing, and that's why so many PGA Tour players now have similar looking golf swings, right? Same position at halfway back, at the top, through the ball. Finau might be a foot taller than you, Jake. I don't know. He looks huge. He looks like he's holding Millie's club up there. It is. But yeah, Finau, he's got a unique swing because I think he grew up playing standard clubs. He learned how to fit his body into them, and I like unique golf swings. I do. I like unique golf swings.
He looks like an
but yeah,
NBA player out there.
he does. He does. Nacho, biggest surprise of the week.
I agree, Finau. I mean,
Yeah.
I like Finau and I root for him every week. I mean, I don't know why he just become one of my favorite players, but I didn't expect him to play like he did.
Yeah. It's because he's a cool guy and a good family man, and he's
Good
easy
family
to root for.
man.
Easy to root for,
yeah.
man. Easy to root for.
Him and Scotty, them two people, just how they carry themselves. It's hard not to root for them and their family life, you know.
Yeah.
So next on the major agenda, we're going to have, obviously, we're going to talk about it more, but the Open Championship this year is at Royal Troon. Okay, last time it was played there, Dustin, I believe that was Henrik Stenson and Phil Mickelson's
2013.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. They shot like 64, 65 on the weekend. They pulled out in front of everybody and they just battled down the stretch. It was awesome. Hendrick come out on top. I don't know a ton about the course. It's kind of like Pinehurst. Apparently, it's pretty awesome. So, excited about seeing that. Do y'all have anybody, just an early prediction, who y'all got, just without any research?
Rory.
Okay.
He's
Bounce back.
He's going to bounce back.
So that's what I'm hoping. I was gonna bladder that out too. I just hope I would like to see it. I hope there's a dog in him and says, you know what? I'm about to erase what happened.
Okay. Nacho?
Probably Scotty. He's probably disappointed in how he finished this week. I think he's gonna.
I wouldn't mind Tommy Fleetwood either, Jake.
Me either.
Everybody that didn't know who Golf Jesus was, it's Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Lab.
That would be sweet though.
My pick, and he missed the cut, which is he missed
Tiger
the cut.
Woods. Nah.
I had him in our draft, and so I watched him. I watched him the first 2 days close. Gosh, he made a lot of birdies, and just he had a couple just terrible breaks around the greens and in the native area, which he needed some good breaks in that native area. Victor Hovland, he finished great at PGA Championship. He's got a swing coach back. I thought he looked good. He hit the ball good. So I'm going with Victor Hovland, early pick right now before we get too up in it. It might have threw him off balance, Scott.
He's like,
yeah, I ain't never cut my hair.
So this week we got Live Nashville, and where's the PGA playing, Dut? Travelers, okay. Rory's out on the Travelers. He said he's going to take off, defend at the Scottish Open, and then play the Open Championship. I would like to go to Live Nashville one year. That's close drive for us. Tickets were not bad. You could get like a hospitality ticket for like $195, which is, that'd be sick.
We should do it next year. Yeah.
It's not a bad drive at all. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure this elevated event, the Scottish Open, a lot of them play that, and then this Live event will kind of have a better feeling of who's trending for the Open, but we'll just keep an eye on it. We'll see what we think. But Duck, let's go ahead and roll into Q&A.
Q&A, baby. All right, let me see where to go. We're going to start off with Blake Pipkin. Do you think Rory is catching too much heat? And do you think that the media is underplaying with how hard that last missed putt actually was? And yeah, okay. So here, I'm going to go. Can I take it? Can I take the floor?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
He is a top level competitor. He just played his balls off for 4 straight days. And something he has been really good at all year is making short putts. He missed 2 on the back 9, 1 inside 3 foot. I think it was 2 foot 8 inches, something like that. But that last putt, I mean, it broke 2 cups. And you got to think it's straight downhill. So any kind of miss hit, and he's just trying to keep it from making a double, really. But you do all that, you come up that short, you go to the hospitality or the scorecard where you sign your scorecard, you watch Bryson win, and I mean, a lot of people gave him slack for leaving, but you got to imagine, you got to be in his place and feel what he felt. He's 10 years without a major, one of the best golfers of our generation, just played his mind out, lost because of something he did. It wasn't like Bryson like straight up took it from him or whatever. He did it to him, and all he's going to do is go to the media. They're going to ask him all those questions. Why'd you do this? Why'd you miss this? Why'd you miss this? And he's going to be just whatever. So he's a top. You watch these top quarterbacks, top NBA players, top whatever. Where they go straight. They got a team and they go straight and leave. They ain't got to sit there and just talk. And I guess
I don't blame them for leaving. I mean, I could have seen myself leaving in that situation.
Yeah.
And he's been generous with his time before. He's went out there and faced questions that he the same. How do you feel? How do you feel after missing those two short? How do you feel after bogeying 3 of the last 4 holes? And he's answered those questions before. And this was a tough one for him.
The dude was about to get a divorce. He's got that in his head too. You think that crap don't matter? You know what I'm saying?
He made a good post. He congratulated Bryson. It was a great post. He said,
he could have called Bryson while he was late, like texted him, whatever, and we never will know. You know what I mean? He could have called him the next morning. Hey, whatever. It doesn't have to all be for cameras, and that's what.
There was no reason to walk out there and fake that you're happy for Bryson. There was no reason for him to go fake that.
No,
because he was so disappointed in himself, and the last putt was very difficult. Very difficult. I thought he hit it like he was trying not to 3-putt it instead of knocking it in, because the next putt doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Which he did see where Bryson's drive went.
You're right.
He may have been thinking, hey, if I make bogey, I may win.
Yeah. The putt a couple holes before, the straight up the hill, nothing in it, that was just a yippee stroke.
Yeah,
he just pushed it, which is a bummer.
Should have clawed.
But yes, Rory got too much flack for that.
Yeah. All right, we got Dusty Walker, our boy. If animals could talk, which species do you think you'd make friends with the quickest, and why? Which animals would be your bros?
Squirrels. Squirrels would be down for some snacks. They're everywhere. They're on the golf course. They could help me find my ball. I could get them to spot for me. I just, carry around some peanuts and be like, hey, y'all help me find this, and I'll hook you up. And they'll be like, all right, we got you. They would be my bros. Squirrels.
Yeah. Mine would be dogs.
Okay.
I love dogs, and they just seem happy all the time. When I see my 3 dogs, they look at me, and I think they're happy with me. They could be like, I hate this guy, feed me. But that's what I think. So,
I mean, I think goats are pretty cute. No, you ever watch goats though? They be running around, pass out, fake you out, hit each other. They look like they don't care. They're having fun.
Nacho.
I don't know. I'd probably go with dogs too. They're just happy, get to lay around, eat, sleep. Seems like a pretty good life.
Bass.
We're right here.
All right. We'll go ahead with Jake. Got a question on here. If you own/build a golf course, what would you name it? I was actually thinking about this the other day, and it's got to do something with ducks. I'd probably go with like Duck Wing Golf Course.
Okay, that'd be cool. Yeah, mallard on the
to have the wings out, and the flags would just be the wings.
Yeah,
and when you make a birdie, there's a duck call on the flag stick, and you.
What was Jordan Belfort's company called? Stratton Oakmont or
yeah,
something like that. Yeah, something like That's what I'm going with.
What's your name? You're naming yours something,
Stratton Oakmont. Well, I can't remember the name of his company, but whatever that was, Jordan Belfort's company's name.
Mine's going to be New Caledonian.
There you go.
The Fighting
Golf and
Llamas.
Country Club and Spa.
And Spa. Taco bar. There's gonna be a taco bar, right?
Yeah.
100%.
That's funny.
The thing Richard talked about in Cabo.
Oh yeah, a little
That you drive
drive
to, yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
What? That was money. What you naming your course, Drew?
Can't make me you.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one too.
That's funny. You
Bush
can't
wood.
take Jack. He's the outside cat. He's the outside cat. All right, Kobe. Will Kobe ever get new wedges? If so, when and what will he get?
Man,
Kobe,
he's been sending me all kind of stuff. And
how you
I
gonna
bet we-
sell your? How you gonna sell your wedges before you have wedges in
Well,
the bag?
God,
Hey.
me and Kobe were going to play in this tournament with Dustin and Corbin, and I was like, "Hey, you want to play this tournament?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah. Let me see what I got going on, and we'll talk about it." I was like, "Okay." And I texted him a couple days. Hey, we're gonna play that. Yeah, we'll probably play that tournament. Okay. And then he texted me the next day. He was like, "Hey, just sold my wedges. What do you think I should get?" I was like, "We got a tournament. What you you have no wedges? What are you gonna do? Use mine?" Oh,
Kobe,
gosh.
I got a 52 you can have, but I ain't got nothing for shorter shots than that.
Yeah. I got a 56. We can piece you together a bag, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll find something. Now we got Sasha Smith. Y'all's opinion: who's at the top of the mountain as the top brand in golf?
To me, we've talked about this, and I think it goes hand in hand with like if you could be sponsored by one golf
Yeah.
brand, who would it be?
Titleist.
And most of the time we go Titleist.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the Scotties, Pro V1s, T100 irons. You get the TSR drivers, the new GTs. They look good. Vokey wedges. I mean, to me, Titleist is just at the top.
And it's
Ping
so funny.
Is as good, if not better, but
They don't
ain't got
get
a
the
golf
love.
they ain't got a golf
Yeah.
ball, and their wedges probably aren't as good. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, the putter either. Scotty
Yeah.
Cameron.
Yeah,
So I like the ping putters though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're-
sweet. They're beautiful,
Yeah.
but
not a Scotty though.
it's not a Scotty.
No, it's not a Scotty.
Nacho's got a pink putter.
Love my pink butter.
Everybody read the
Hey,
bottom.
you said your
Pink
button
butter.
sucks.
Listen. It's the user, not the.
I've
Not the
never said
equipment,
that.
right?
It's always the
Hey,
butter's fault.
he blamed that one he yeeted 30 yards past the hole on the green.
Me?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
the
you
putter that
did.
time.
Nah, you blamed it on the green that time. You blasted that fool.
He did.
I'm gonna go back to my old Betsy.
We're gonna go to my beautiful wife, Lindsay. Since you skipped it last week, mean thanky face, whatever. Do you have a weird talent? Example: I am great at catching flies with my hands, and she is.
She is.
extremely good
And
at
she'll
that.
show me. She'll walk up. I'll be at her house, and she'll be like, "Look, I got it." And then she'll go let it go outside.
Listen to it. Zzz.
Yeah, she's like, "Listen."
I got it, honey.
I'm really good at ping pong.
Okay.
Oddly good at ping pong. I don't know. I'm just a defender. I don't do nothing fancy, but I'll play anybody in ping pong. Just they'll slam it, return, slam it, back it, slam it, return, slam it, return. They hit the net. Ah, got him.
Got it. And I'm like the complete opposite ping pong player.
Dustin's over there just squat. Ah!
Same Dutter, same.
I like to bring the fury.
I can blow bubbles, like pretty little bubbles that float in the air with my spit, with my tongue. They'll be floating.
What a weird. We got to see this tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll get it. I'll do it so we can put it on camera so y'all can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
can
know.
whistle really
I don't have
loudly.
anything. You could whistle really loudly.
I can whistle really loudly.
So Dad and Dustin do this. They tried to teach me, and they do it like with their tongue. They just real loud like that. I never learned how to do it. I tried. I about hyperventilated, so I learned to whistle real loud with my fingers like that. So I can whistle real loud with my fingers, but not. They can just do it. and it's
I do
loud.
mine like that. I do mine
Yeah.
with fingers too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What about you, Nacho? What's your special talent? There,
Is
sir?
it all bedroom stuff and you can't tell us?
Yeah. Rated R.
He was born with a twitch in his gooch, and it's like a natural vibrator.
Easy. It's a live show, Rich. Can't get it.
Everybody, please mute.
Do it for. I only do it for the people, baby.
Oh gosh. Alrighty. Dustin Fee. Bryson won me 420 last week. Who's your pick this week? Congratulations. That's awesome. When you pick somebody to win and they win you money, that's a good day right there.
That is a good day. Is Victor playing this week?
Yeah.
He's my pick, Fee. So I'm going with.
I'm going back to regularly scheduled programming with Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty. That's a good
Yeah. I was gonna say that. Watch Scotty. He'll just bounce back and win one.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough guy not to bet for.
Xander is playing really good right now too, though.
He
It's
is.
hard to count Xander out.
Yeah.
Right. I bet a top 10.
Sports
sure.
top 10. We got our last question here from Wit Saint. What all is going through Austin's mind during his pause at the top? Haha. Now the actual question: would you rather walk around naked in public for a year, or go to jail for a year? And I'm gonna have to walk around naked for a year.
Yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
I can't.
For a year.
You've heard it on here. I can't go to jail. Can't go to prison.
No.
Oh
can't go
no,
to prison.
boy! No, I recommend you don't go to prison.
Yeah. For sure, naked for a year.
Because when you got out, you won't be walking around naked. I'm gonna tell you. All right, so you're walking around naked. I don't just
For
want to
sure.
get naked anyway.
Yeah, for sure, naked for a year.
I'd have to be naked for a year too.
Big
but
swinging.
I'd be trying to hide. Oh boy, he loved being naked.
Do you want to know what's going on in my head during the pause?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, tell us.
Okay,
please.
it's just a tempo thing. So I do my check swing, and then it's a tempo thing. It's a forward press 1, 2 is the top of the back swing. I say 2 again during the pause, and 3's balance finish. So going through my heads, 1, 2, 2, 3.
Hey, going back to walking around a year naked. we couldn't do toes the bar or dang kipping pull ups.
You could, but you wouldn't want to watch me do them.
And then we couldn't do heavy. Hey, we ain't doing heavy bench either because I ain't spotting you. Well, that'd be rough.
Throw a towel down.
Man, a lot of life would change if you had to walk around naked for a year.
You get used to it. Might be
That'd
liberating.
suck. It would
Winter
suck.
would suck. At least we live in Alabama.
Hey, what kind of jail they gonna put me in?
It got a golf course.
Yeah. Man.
Well, that's all. That's all the questions.
That's all the questions. All right, guys. The live show was
Yeah.
fun. Had fun today playing with y'all. Good luck, Dustin, this weekend. Yeah, Nacho, at least wear the cape. That'd be
Next time, Nacho on there.
Next time I'll be in full suit.
Yeah,
That'd be good. That'd be good. All right, guys.
That would be a good if he lost fantasy football, have a cape and like some like skimpy little outfit underneath it.
I want to do a Halloween tournament, where you dress up and him go as Nacho Libre. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That'd be
super cool.
sweet.
All right, guys, but that's all the time we got for tonight. So go hit some good shots, go hit some bad shots, but always have fun. And don't forget.
Be 9 him, baby.